Hey guys, what's up? This is Ashley and this is Chip Builds, and today we're going to mess around with some resin and ink and rocks and some glitter and just see what happens. For this project I used two brands of resin, Rust-Oleum resin that I found at Home Depot and art resin that I got on Amazon. To use these resins you need equal parts of the hardener and the resin. I then mixed them in a cup for at least 3 minutes and decided to reread the instructions. Once it was mixed, I added some dye and some rocks and poured it into the mold. I used a lighter to try to get rid of as many air bubbles as I could, but spoiler alert, it did not help. Next up was the art resin, and I mixed it the same way as the other resin. This time I added dye and some glitter specks. The third test, I didn't add anything, but I put a rose in the mold. The rose kept wanting to float, so I ended up having to use tape to hold it down so that it could cure overnight. For the last mold, I decided to try adding ink to the resin. I used gray, blue, and purple as my main colors and white to blend it all together. For every drop of color I added, I then put a drop of white to try to push the ink as far down as possible. I didn't think it was working, so I put way too much ink in it and it started to overflow. Overall, I think these came out pretty cool. I used just some geometric molds I found on Amazon. I was just experimenting with mixing the resin with different things just to see what would happen, because this was really the first time I've ever used resin. This one, I put too much dye in, but it still looks pretty cool. And then this one might be my favorite one. This is with the ink drops that we did, and obviously I used too much ink with that one too. So now I know for the future if I want to make some more, put less ink. So clearly less is more when you're working with resin. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you like this video, please like it or comment or subscribe or dislike it even. Catch you next time.